Another episode of Reselling Rhythms. I'm your host, Adam with Adam's Exploits. This show is live typically at 3 p.m. Eastern Time on Wednesdays. Today I'm doing something a little bit differently. As you can see, I have my friend Kimmy, borderline Hoarderish, on. What I wanted to do was invite a few of you people that I'm friendly with and people that are regulars in my chat. We're just going to have just a basic discussion of reselling. Tips, tricks, just like having a cup of coffee. Although I'm drinking water, I had enough coffee this morning. Just like just like we're at a coffee shop, just discussing reselling. So that's my plan for today. Is just to have like a little chat and discuss reselling, and have various people pop in the panel. You can have up to 6 with StreamYard. I like to keep it to 4 to 5 because it gets a little onerous when you're kind of trying to manage like 6 people. But if you have 3, 4, 5 people, it's manageable. Kimmy was gracious enough to join me today. So, yeah, there you go, Carol. Water cooler chat. Although I won't hang in a water cooler for 40 minutes, but that's how this show's going to roll. So I guess I should say at that point, I should say hello to some of the people that have joined us in the chat. Carol, again, I know you can't join us today, but you are more than welcome to always join my show. You're welcome to be a guest. You're welcome to be on the panel. You know how I think you're a great person, and you're more than welcome to come on anytime you would like. We have Miss Keyline Kisses. We have Thrifty Falconer's wife. We have my moderator, the hostess with the mostest, who should always be your phone a friend if you ever do any kind of game show. Miss Marcel Lathon, super knowledgeable and a great moderator. Of course, we have Kimmy in the chat. And who else do we have in the chat? We have Misha. We have Jennifer. We have Miss Angie. I believe she probably came back by now. We have Craig Landsharp Picker. Craig, you're more than welcome to join the panel if you like and discuss reselling. We have Miss Anna Mora. Thanks for joining us, Anna. I had to do that for you since I'm not a part of the morning show anymore, so I'll sing to you. Anna Mora. And then we had Miss Tiffany was here earlier. I hope she's back. I mentioned she's welcome to join the panel as well. She should come back. She's more than welcome to join the panel. So we'll just have Miss Tiffany and Miss Tiffany. I got Tiffany on my mind. Miss Kimberly. Miss Kimberly. I'm sure all of you know who Kimberly is, but if somebody watches the show in the future doesn't know who Kimberly is, Kimberly, if you could just give us like a 2-minute synopsis of who you are and what you do as far as reselling.
All right. Well, my name is Kimberly or Kimmy. My YouTube channel is Borderline Hoarderish, where hoarding is only cool if you can sell it for a profit. I'm a mom of 2 kids, a reseller. I sell mostly on eBay and local, and I live life with a pacemaker. Let me hang out today with you. You know I got you anytime that I can.
Is that a dog or something that's wagging its tail underneath your table? I hear like a bang, 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 bang.
Oh, no, I think it's just...
And it went away. Okay. I heard like bang, bang, bang. It sounded like a dog's tail. When a dog's tail kind of wags it.
If anybody ever sees me either, if I turn around...
Before I forget, because I'll forget to do this. I always get messed up. Well, there you go. For you, Kimmy.
I don't even know where my dog is. Normally that is who I got on lives. Or not yet. But, aww.
Reversed. But your dogs always help. As they say, dogs that have children on your show, it helps with the ratings.
Oh, maybe it is. I think it's my typing. Is it me typing that you're...
It must be your typing because they hear like tap, 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 tap.
Okay. Yeah, I have my...
You have like a keyboard that has like a clicking sound to it?
Well, it does. Yeah. But it doesn't help that I had it kind of cockeyed. So.
Oh, is that what it was? It was kind of vibrating on the table? Yeah. No, I don't hear it now. No, I did hear it. Okay. I don't know. I think this is StreamYard with growing pains. Craig, are you still on the chat? Did you want to join us?
Craig.
That's the other thing that with the StreamYard, when you're the host, seems like the chat doesn't keep up. It kind of gets stuck.
Yeah, you got to scroll down. Well, that's a good thing and a bad thing. It's good when I'm alone, like I'm doing a video live by myself, and that way the chat doesn't skip. But it is kind of a pain when it gets so far behind sometimes.
All right. Well, until we have a few more people pop in the chat and decide to join us, I'm going to ask you just kind of basic, just like I said, we're at the water cooler, as Carol would say. And again, I know mostly why my sales are slow. Adam, can't you speak today? Slow. Because I'm not listing. And I say with eBay, list or perish. I mean, you gotta feed the beast, as I say. That algorithm, Cassini, if you don't list, if you don't make offers, if you don't modify your listing, change prices, do promotions, that all kind of generates and increases your visibility in the search rankings. How have your sales been? We're kind of rolling into back to school. So, I mean, typically the summer slowdown should kind of eliminate now.
Mm-hmm.
How have your sales been so far this summer?
So I haven't really had much of a slowdown, and I'm with you on the whole feeding the beast, because anytime that for the past 2 years I've had my eBay stores, and then a year before that I listed for somebody else, and then before that my family's been in eBay, since the late 90s. But the only time that eBay is ever slow is when I'm not active in the store. I'm not listing. And it's not even that I have to list a whole bunch of things in one day. It helps even if you just list one. I talk all the time about, like, if you were to list 7 things in a week, don't do all 7 things on Sunday. Do one of them each day. If that's not possible, use the scheduled listings to your advantage and pay that 10 cents, because it's worth it to spread it out like that. My stores are doing pretty well. I'm excited for fourth quarter, mostly because Christmas is one of my favorite holidays. Halloween is probably more so than Christmas, but I love Christmas decorations, and I love to sell decorations from Halloween to Christmas. So I enjoy this time period. I'm literally going to start listing my Christmas stuff next week, and it may seem a little early to some, but that's 200 to 500 items that I need to have listed far before Christmas. So I need to start early if I'm going to have any chance of getting it all uplisted. And I started a little late last year, and I wish I would have gone a little bit earlier. I'm prepared, though. I have everything that I need, shipping supplies wise and all of that. So I'm excited this year to really push myself and see how well of a fourth quarter that I could do this year.
I'm glad you brought that up, because I wanted to mention that, and I was in Dee's chat today or the day before yesterday or whatever, and we were discussing, or some of the chats were discussing shipping supplies. Guys, if you use the USPS shipping supplies that you have to get from the post office, order them now as soon as possible.
Yes.
They get very backed up in the fourth quarter. I've actually waited like 2 or 3 weeks sometimes for padded envelopes.
Mm-hmm.
Envelopes, the PFREs they call them. Like I use them for jeans, like these envelopes. I'll knock everything over here, but like these envelopes, you have to order them directly from the post office, and they run out of them all the time.
Yes.
So again, if you have things that aren't available at your post office, they have certain things available at the post office, like the cardboard ones I don't use, like the regular flat rate envelope that's cardboard, like the letter size ones. I use this, and I use some of the other ones, but order them early. I mean, there's no charge. They're free for the materials. It's free for the shipping. Order them, put them away, have them, so you don't have to be concerned that you run out of those materials come the fourth quarter when things should pick up for you.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody else that wants to join us? I don't know if some of you guys join us a little bit later. Again, this is kind of like just a water cooler chat, as Carol calls it, or a coffee clutch kind of thing. We're just discussing reselling.
Tea.
Or tea for Kimberly. I had 2 big things of coffee this morning. It didn't help me, so I'm drinking water. I'm drinking the.
Do you want to know?
Making a sponsorship from the water company.
So I'm drinking my what is it? I can't remember what it's called. Happy Energizing or something like that. It always has a little fun saying on my tea bag, so I'll read it to you. It says, "This life is a gift." And I agree with that. That is a great quote. This life is a gift.
Now, Cindy Rosen says she ordered priority mail stickers 2 months ago and still hasn't received them.
Wow.
So again, she ordered them 2 months ago, so hopefully they'll show up in September or this month. But again, guys, I mean, you don't want to have that. I mean, reselling is a business, and you got to be prepared. Like anything else, you got to have shipping supplies. So again, and for more experienced sellers, again, I tell you guys, I'm not an expert on everything, but I kind of know a little bit about a lot of things. So I know that is one issue that I personally experienced, problems with shipping supplies. What did Kim? What did Carol say?
What Carol?
The gift. I want the receipt. Oh, Carol! Trying to be a positivity chat. Teasing you, Carol. You know I love you.
Making us laugh. That's hilarious.
You did make me laugh. Hey, Cliff. Thanks for joining us.
Hello, Cliff. Yeah, there's quite a few people that I saw roll in.
Did you want to, Kimmy, since you're such a lady, why don't you say hello to a few people?
So, hello, Cliff, Boondock by Cell, Key Lime Kisses, Gina, Just Meet Kathy. Hello, Kathy. Jennifer Hayes, Tracy, Marie just rolled in. I saw Cindy in here, Misha, my bestie, Lisa C. Hello. Rosie's Closet, Crystal. What's up, Crystal?
Rolled in the chat. See, I missed that with this chat, the way it's laid out.
Yeah, I noticed that I get a little mixed up when I'm the host and I'm using StreamYard because I'm so used to seeing color.
Yeah, you get like 5 or 6 comments, and it's
so it's like it kind of messes me up, but I think there's a learning curve to everything. So
that's why I have my super special co-host today, Miss Kimberly, to help me out with that.
No problem. Oh, I see John Jones is in there. What's up, John?
Thanks for joining us, John.
He says
again, guys, anybody who wants to join the chat again, as long as I know you. I mean, I don't want to. I don't need somebody that I don't know pop in the chat and it just going off the rails.
No troll.
If I know you, you know. If I know you, you're more than welcome to join us. Just let us know, and I can put it in the chat, or I can message you on Messenger or whatever. Again, anybody who wants to join us, you're more than welcome. Craig, Cliff, anybody who wants to join us, you're more than welcome to join us. Carol, you said you didn't take your shower yet. I shouldn't have said that. That's not proper to say that, but Carol can't join us. We know that. So, anybody else that wants to join us, you're more than welcome. So it's just going to be general reselling chat. I had a couple things I wanted to bring up. I did want to show Kimmy that picture of the Chihuahuas. That was one of the things I wanted to do. And I mentioned this before, guys. And I'm my own worst enemy sometimes. I have to hold myself accountable. So I told you guys I was going to do this. This is a half-hearted effort to do this. What I want to do is I want to get a rule. I'll show you what my plan is. This got kind of messed up because it's a erasable marker. But this is I got this at Dollar Tree. And I always get screwed up because this is like a mirror image. Oh, let's mess this up. But anyway, it's listing goals. So I want to do this. I'm going to try to make it neater. And it has magnets on the back, so you can put it in your refrigerator. And it has the little pen on the top with the eraser on it. So I want to, I'm part-time, guys. I told you that I have some medical issues, but I'm going to put 5, goal of 5 every day. And then I'm going to put my actual results to keep myself accountable. And then I also put amount just for, for information's sake, put the amount. They'll throw it at you.
I think that's a great idea. Having that visual.
I want to get something like larger when I see something like on clearance or something that's like maybe 3 or 4 times the size. I want to get something like that. But this will work on a refrigerator because you got to go to the refrigerator at least a few times a day, right?
Mm-hmm.
So again, that's something I talked to you guys about doing that. I'm going to do that. Another thing I wanted to show you guys was, and I wanted to bring it up. I'm thinking all these things in my mind. I want to bring them up early in the show so I don't forget to do them. I had mentioned before, and my friend Beth, 10 of Hearts. Kimmy, again, you're younger and a better memory than I. What's Beth's new show name?
Reseller Rowboat.
Reseller Rowboat, correct.
Yeah.
If you're not subscribed to Reseller Rowboat, please do, and I'll remember to put it in the chat later. I want to put Kimmy's information as well, and then whoever else pops in on the panel, I'll list in the description. But Beth wants to have me on to talk about eBay Open, kind of like the tools and like kind of like the workarounds and how to get deals. Excuse me. Back in the day, if you guys watch my show on a regular basis, I talk about my personal life. And when I was younger and I wasn't in a relationship, I typically would go to Las Vegas twice a year. I worked in the wine and liquor industry, and my company would close 2 weeks out of the year, 1 week in January and 1 week in August. So if I wasn't back then, the airfare was really reasonable. Rooms were pretty reasonable. That was before the resort fees, which was like the excuse to add on, cost. Rental cars were pretty reasonable. I gotta get a sip of water. So I would go like twice a year, and I did that for off and on for like 8 years. So I've probably been to Vegas like 25 times ish.
Oh.
So I know a lot of tricks, and 99.9% of the times I went by myself. I was in a relationship once, a long-term relationship, and my girlfriend at the time wanted to go to wine country because I could get a few comps or whatever to do wine country, get like VIP treatment or whatever. So and she enjoyed wine. If you want to go to wine country, I said, well, I'll tell you what, if I'm flying all the way out to California, we're coming back through Vegas. And what I did was I said, you know what, we'll stay at Caesar's Palace. Like typically I wouldn't stay at Caesar's Palace because it's a nice property, but I just need a clean place, centrally located, clean, and I'm happy. So we stayed at Caesar's Palace and have a beautiful pools and everything. But that's like the one time I went with someone else. Like typically I went by myself. So a lot of these things that I'll talk about on Best Show is there's a lot of like buy one, get one free things. But anyway, this is one of the things, and I mentioned that on my show when I talked about eBay Open, how you kind of like spread the wealth. I mean, you don't have to gamble, but if you do gamble, you want to kind of spread the wealth amongst the various properties. Now, this is a Boyd property. They have Main Street Station, they have the California, and they have Fremont, is it called? Yeah, Fremont. And they're also the owner of the Borgata, which, if you guys remember, I'm right outside of Philadelphia in southern New Jersey. So the Borgata is in Atlantic City, about an hour and 20 minutes from here. So I like to play at the Boyd's property because I'll get offers now from them. And it also helps my ratings with the general Boyd's property. I'll get offers from Main Street Station. But this is an offer again. I didn't have time to get onto the website, but I don't think they have a resort fee. $35 room rate Sunday through Thursday. Play $10, get $10. Buy one lunch, get one free breakfast, or vice versa. Or you get 50% off a single buffet breakfast or buffet lunch. So I told you guys when I was staying at the Mandalay Bay, it was like $30 for their breakfast or $28. And so I'm not paying $28 for,
what are their gold
powdered eggs and sausage and potatoes, and no way. So I would get up early, and again, because I was still on East Coast time, and I would get on the bus. They have two buses that run down the strip. There's one called the Deuce. It's called the Deuce because it's a double-decker bus like you would see in London, the UK. And that stops at like every stop. So to go to the length of the strip, sometimes it'll take you like 45 minutes just to go to the length of the strip. So there's another one. It's the CDX, which I don't know what the technical term is. I just call it the Express. But that doesn't start till like 9 or 9:30, and that stops at like every third or every fourth stop. Now the problem is they're doing a lot of construction in Vegas, so it's kind of like detoured back by the convention center. If you guys ever been that way, towards the northern end of the strip is where they're doing a lot of construction. But I would typically take about 20-25 minutes to get from one end of the strip to the other. And eBay Open is at the Mandalay Bay, which is at the far southern end of the strip. And I would go to Main Street Station, which is on just off of Fremont Street and Main Street. It runs parallel. I think it's Highway 10 or 15 or something. It's an interstate that people use to bypass all the local roads. And they had a great buffet. It was like it was $10.99, and with the player's card, I just had the basic player's card. You got it for $9.99, so it was like $9.99 plus tax plus tip. So I get this delicious breakfast, and the service was tremendous for like $13 with tip, and it was $30-some at the Mandalay Bay. So because I used to go across the street to the McDonald's, again for the guys that are going to eBay Open, if it's at Mandalay Bay again next year, there's the McDonald's, there's a Subway, There's a Panda Express. There's a liquor store. And then there's a convenience store at the gas station right across the street from the Mandalay Bay. So that's kind of how I work my deals. Like last year, I went to Subway once. I went to McDonald's several times. I bought my drinks and things at the convenience store because everything is super, super expensive at the casino, at the hotel. And I told you guys, I mean, I'll bring this all up on Beth's show, but I wanted to mention a little bit about it while I was thinking about it while we're waiting for people to join the panel. But like I bring my coffee cups, my not coffee cups, the K-cups.
Mm-hmm.
A little Keurig machine in the room, and it used to be $5 for one cup of coffee that you made yourself, but they would give you like, I guess, non-dairy creamer or sugar or whatever, and like one K-cup. Now they give you 2 K-cups, but they charge you $10. So the minimum fee is $10 if you want coffee in your room. So I had bought a 12-pack of coffee that I got a deal on here. I blew through all that because I was getting up at like 5 o'clock, 5:30 in the morning because I was still on East Coast time. So then when I went downtown to the Main Street Station, I went to a Walgreens and I bought another 12-pack of K-cups. So I bought like 4 or 5 home. So I drank like, I don't know, 15 cups of coffee, and it cost me like, I don't know, $12. And at the room, it would have cost me $10 for 2 cups of coffee.
See, that's why I'm thinking even more so that I should just drive for next year, because then I can just bring all that stuff, all that stuff with me, and I don't have to worry about. I mean, I think it would save me more money in the end to just make the drive. And I mean, it's like I told you before we went live, it's
right.
It'd be 12 hours, probably with me stopping, or taking my time. Maybe like 13. If I stop somewhere, then I could do, half of it one day, and I could just drive the whole thing there. It wouldn't be very fun to drive all the way straight through for me, but I think it would just be cheaper if I just bring all that, all that stuff. Because if I were to fly, then I'd have to go either try to pack it in, my bag, or buy it when I get there.
Yeah, that's the other thing too. And now with the airlines, with all the add-on fees with the baggage and things, what I do, and again, because I tell you guys I have some medical issues, it's difficult for me to like carry a big bag around and traverse through the airport. So what I do is I have a nice backpack, and then I have a carry-on bag. So when I flew Southwest, my carry-on bag fit underneath on my seat, and then because you're supposed to like slide it in front of you where you put your feet, and then I put my carry-on bag on the overhead. Well, then I took American. The seat was more narrow. The area where your feet are was more narrow, and I couldn't even fit my backpack underneath it there. So I had to put that up top, and I had to put my backpack up top. But unfortunately, and I know that's the other thing they get you. They want you to pay extra to get boarded at a certain time or to get seat selection, this, that, and the other. So I just got the basic economy, and I was assigned the last boarding group. So I told the counter person at the gate, I said, you might want to board me a little earlier because I don't want to, hold up the works, come up the works as far as people boarding. I said, I can walk and everything. It's just, I'm slow. I mean, it's difficult, getting things up to the overhead bin and, whatnot. I don't want to hold everything up. She says, well, you can board anytime you want after we board our first class passengers or whatever it is. They have a special club or whatever. I said, okay. She says, but you're going to have to check your carry-on bag. I said, excuse me? Because you have to check your carry-on bag. I said, why do I have to check my carry-on bag? Well, you're in the last group. I said, well, I'm here plenty of time. I'm early. Well, sir, you're going to have to check that. I said, well, I told you I have medical issues, and you want me to check my bag, so I have to stand and wait for it at the luggage carrier. She said, well, I'm sorry, you're gonna have to check your bag. So that's what happened when I went to Vegas. I had to stand there like 40 minutes waiting for, and then it's like, I don't have any clothes other than the clothes I'm wearing. Because I bought stuff to do YouTube. I bought all my medicines, all my electronic stuffs. I mean, everything that was not clothing was in my carry-on. And my backpack, I'm sorry. And all my clothing was in my carry-on. So it's like I'm looking, and it's the black carry-on, and I don't have any markers or anything on it. I mean, I have the flap where you pull it out with your business card in it with your name and everything, but I didn't have any like ribbon on it. I didn't have any yarn on it. I didn't have any like luggage tag, nothing. So I'm looking, I'm grabbing like every fourth bag. I'm looking at, is this mine? Is this mine? Is this mine? So about 40 minutes later, finally came out. It's like, oh, jeez. But again, you live and learn. So
right. Yeah, I always have to, anywhere I go, and this goes for sporting events or basically anywhere where there's metal detectors or anything like that, I always have to take an additional amount of time to prepare myself for that. I mean, there's pros and cons. I mean, that's because I have a pacemaker, so it's kind of cool that I don't have to wait in a lot of lines, but it's also kind of a pain in the behind, because sometimes I gotta wait for like a certain security or whatever. They don't, if there's a male there, they won't let a male pat down a female, so
which makes sense.
for a female.
Right.
But and usually it depends, because the last few times I've had my kids, so I was in that first initial like part of getting on the plane early, it's in the beginning that
they say the parents with children, young children or something, right?
Because I think they would take advantage of that, because my youngest is 8, and that's kind of silly,
borderline hoarderish,
let other people do it. But depending on what I'm doing or where I'm sitting at, or, I always worry because people aren't mindful of where they're putting their elbows when they're putting stuff up. And all it takes is a nice good whack to me, hitting me right here, and I'm in trouble. So sometimes I will take advantage of the, boarding early or wherever it is to avoid that kind of fiasco.
So then I got messed up on the way out because I don't want to bother people. I was in the middle. So literally, I think I got up once because I was told, you should get up and, move around a little bit so you don't have issues with your legs or whatever, swelling or whatever. So I got up like once during the whole trip. So then I'm like, when I go to get up, it's like, oh, I've been sitting there for like 4.5 hours. It's like, I'm kind of sore and whatnot. So like everybody's rushing to get off the plane. People are like standing there for like 15 minutes. It's like, where are you going to go? They don't even have the doors open yet.
Yeah,
so everybody's like still rushing. I said, I'm thinking to myself, what are you going to gain? 1 minute, 2 minutes? So I finally got my stuff out, and it's like I got this big heavy carry-on. I got my backpack, and I'm all discombobulated, and I'm going through the thing. And it's like, that's why I want to board early, but I can't deboard early. So it's like, so I look at the flight attendant. She looks at me. She goes, sir, if you like, you can step over here. Like, we have the wing where like the emergency exits are. She goes, you can step over there, and you can get your things, get your balance, get your things there. I said, okay. So I literally waited there for like, I don't know, 15 minutes. Then I snuck in, and then the people were still like piling up behind me. I was like, finally just say, you know what? I kind of like scooted out where they have like the crew come up, the ground crew comes up to the gateway. I kind of stood over there and waited for everybody to pass me, and then I went back out. It's like, oh my word.
Michelle says, bring a folding cane. Some people need visual cues to give you personal space. I saw that T says, depends on what parking is. You mentioned before we went live that you have to pay for parking, don't you? Even if you don't have a car?
I would say probably, again, this is guesstimate. 95% of the properties on the strip charge for parking. Now some say they don't, but it's like a 2-hour like window or a 1-hour window. Like somebody said, like one of the malls they charge. But what you can do? You're going to park at the mall, and you're going to walk, a half a mile to your hotel.
I wasn't driving much after like I got there, unless it was to go see Crystal. I don't know if Rosie's closet's still in the chat, but. Yeah, I could. No excuses next year, Crystal. I'm hugging you.
Yeah, I was hoping to meet Crystal, and then I thought maybe she would show up at Katie and Vicky's live stream, and something. I think she had an appointment with her son or something. She couldn't make it.
Sure to
she didn't get the notice or something, and then I guess obviously she didn't go to the cocktail party or I wasn't drinking cocktails, but
happens,
the meetup at the Delano. She couldn't go there with her, with her son.
Mm-hmm.
She's still here.
Because Beth is gonna go for sure. Hickory Springs is gonna go. Beth said that she had a great time the year before, meeting up with Thrifty, Santa, Barry, and like. So I'm totally.
Well, she met up with somebody else that was very special too,
Well, you.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're gonna hang out next year. I told you, because I'm not a partier. So
she
I might make.
I had mentioned earlier about Jason and Karen, and Beth knew Jason and Karen. So it's like I invited Jason and Karen to go out to Hell's Kitchen for dinner, and Beth knew Jason and Karen, and then Karen says to me, "To mind Beth, so I don't care whoever you want to invite. It's fine with me, And then like an idiot, I didn't have reservations though, so I showed up with what do we have? Was it just the 5 of us? I think it was 4 of us. There was 5 of us because Jason had his accountant with him. So we showed up with 5. I said, I need a table for 5. They looked at me, was like, do you have reservations, sir? I said, no. I said, I'm a platinum player card now. I just got the platinum card, and I don't gamble that much, but I have a credit card, and I'll bring that up on Best Show. That's another like kind of hack. You can get the players cards, the credit cards for the various casinos. Like MGM Properties has a credit card. Caesars Properties has a credit card. So I charge like 90% of my stuff on my Caesars credit card. And then I have a Sam's credit card that I use for like gas, like 5% back on gas. So almost everything else I put on the other credit card. So you build up, credits, so to speak. So so I ended up like and then like Steve Rakin, most of you guys that are reselling know who Steve Rakin is. Steve had interviewed me, and actually he did 30 interviews when he was in Las Vegas.
Wow.
He had a suite, and he had a videographer guy with him helping him. But he did 30, and so far he's only posted 2. But like people like Casey, the Rockstar Flipper, were on it. Wade Venture was on it. I did an interview. A lot of people did, but he had 30 interviews.
Yes. Sorry. Rosie Crystal just asked, can I pop in with you guys? And we were
absolutely, yeah.
We were talking about you before, not to be like giving people permission, but you had mentioned her. So.
Hey, Marrakesh, how are you? All right, I'll put it right in the. That's the thing. What's nice about the StreamYard, you put it right in the chat, because let's see here. Invite, copy. All right, give me 1 second here, Crystal, and I'll put it right in the chat.
I love Crystal. She's awesome. Crystal, you awesome. You awesome.
Sure, Michelle. I mean, Michelle, are you joining? You want me just to post the link for Crystal? You're welcome to, Michelle. You're like the mystery woman. I have no idea what you look like. You could be like this famous looking actress or something, or I had no idea. I know you're extremely smart and you're a great moderator. That's all I know about you, Michelle. And you do reselling.
Hey, what up, Joy to our world?
Joy, hey, Joy. Guys, if you're not following Joy, she's another one. Great inspiration, great show. Typically between 7 and 9 p.m. Eastern time. Just inspirational person. Great lady. You don't have a camera. What's up with that? You must have a smartphone. Let me know, Michelle. Amelia, I'll buy a tripod, a little camera tripod, and we'll set you up. Seriously, I actually have one. I won in a. Well, I was under a better one than what I have, but not that I have personally, but that I'd won one in a contest. But I'll buy you one and send it to you.
Yes, thumbs up if you're watching.
Thumbs up, everyone. Yeah, that's the other thing, guys, and thanks for bringing it up, Kimberly. It's a slow process trying to build up your. There's Miss Tanya. We were talking about you earlier, Tanya. Were your ears ringing? We weren't talking about you on the show. We were just saying what a special person you were.
Yes, we were. I had mentioned. Well, we were talking about Angie and how amazing and beautiful she is, and what a good-hearted soul she is. And then I had mentioned Tanya, Thrifty Treasures, being just as adorable as she is. You're more adorable than an army of Care Bears, Tanya. I really like you, just so you know.
I had good things to say about you too, Tanya. It's kind of like taking all the credit.
Yeah. yeah. We were just talking about
I don't see Crystal in the green room. I'm looking for you, Crystal. There she is. Oh, device not connected. There she is. All right, I don't like this view. Let me change it to the other view. Is better. You like that one?
Yeah, that's
oh, that one. That one's a good one, right?
Yeah.
That's better. Hello, Crystal.
Hello.
Hi, friend.
How's everybody doing?
Good.
Oh, wow. Glad you joined us.
Yeah, I was uploading a video to YouTube, so I was waiting for that to finish. Otherwise, my computer would be slow and not work so great.
Hello, Debbie. Miss Debbie Does Sales is another great lady, and she's having some medical issues. She broke her arm and broke her wrist, I believe, too. Multiple breaks, and she's recovering at home, and I hope she's healing quickly. So she's a neat lady, and knows a lot about sales, and she's another lady who has a YouTube channel. So I hope you're doing well. So, Miss Crystal, what are you doing? You do Posh and I'm trying to remember when we did the interview. Posh and eBay, correct? And
Posh and eBay. Yes.
did you say you do Etsy or Macquarie too, or something? Or
I had started doing Etsy, but it wasn't really doing anything for me. So I closed that down, and then I'd also tried Macquarie. Only made a couple sales here and there, so I didn't continue with that one either. I just have to put my time in where I find it the most beneficial, I guess.
well, sure. I mean that's the thing too. You have to find your, well, not necessarily your niche, but whatever business model you want to use, and find out which platforms work best. Like I tell you guys, that reminds me. Thank you for reminding me. Inadvertently, you reminded me. Guys, I tell you all the time, I have some great, again, it's not like patting myself on the back, but I have some great resellers. I tell you guys, I'm not an expert on anything. I know a lot about little things, or a little bit of a lot of things. I'm sorry.
Like a jack of all trades kind of guy.
Oh my word. Hold on 1 minute. Are you connected? Oh, we almost had a surprise guest here. I think she's having problems getting connected with her cell phone.
You have me all excited. I'm like,
I
what?
got excited too.
I know, what happened?
What? What's going on?
The StreamYard is in beta for everything, and it's definitely in beta for cell phones. So hang in there, my secret guest, and try to log out and log back in again. I see you trying to get in. You're not having problems getting connected? Well, I don't see you in the green room, Mr. Craig. Let me see if I can click on this. I don't think I can. Nope. Well, that was our secret guest, but that's what I'm getting.
Hello.
So we'll send you back into the green room.
Oh, I heard her, but I can't see her.
Oh, could you hear her?
Yeah, I could hear.
Yeah.
Oh.
So maybe
Well, we can just leave you on. You can talk, Michelle.
Hello.
Hello.
She's real.
Yeah, I'm real.
Hi, Michelle.
Adam. Hi,
Hello,
Kim.
Michelle. Thanks for joining us.
Hello.
This is my first time
I
on
can't
the air.
see you though.
I don't have a camera.
Your first time? That's awesome.
Yeah. Hi.
Did you try using your? Do you have a smartphone?
Yeah, but it's not working right now.
Oh, okay.
Battery's
She's
low.
gonna
Oh, we can hear you.
warm up to it. Start with the voice. She's like,
Start with the voice.
yeah.
The mystery woman.
So, Adam, I got a question.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you still holding on to the jeans?
I am. I have my pickles, as you like to call them.
Yeah. Why?
I actually have like 20 pair to list.
I know, but it's not. Is it doing what you want it to do?
No, but I think if you know what I'm going to do, I think I might just pull the old ones because they've had more than a chance to sell, and I might just list these new ones. That would make sense, actually. I think I have about 30 or 40 jeans listed that didn't sell, and they've been up there for most of them. Been up there for over a year.
Yeah, it's not working.
So I should pull those down, and then I'll list these new ones. And then I always put in the that's a tip, guys. Pro tip was when I had Chris on before. There's the secret SKU where you can put in what information you want to put in that the buyers doesn't see. It's just for you. You can put in like the purchase date, the selling price, the purchase price, yada yada yada. So you can put like original, listing date. So if I put August 20th or something, I know that's when I listed it, and I could say, okay, well, and then I'll put notes like reduced to such a price at such a date, and then you'll know, okay, if this doesn't sell like in 9 months, it's not going to sell. So I mean, my cost of acquisition, Michelle, is only $1, but you're right though. If the thing hasn't sold in a year or a year and a half, that's not going to sell.
I mean, I got a lot of pickles too, so I need to take my own advice. But
I had bought some, by the way, guys, got to shop at Aldi. I had bought some chipotle pickles. They were the mild. Oh my word! We're gonna have another secret guest if we can get on here. Hold on.
Chipotle
Oh, there
pickles?
he is. Michelle calls them pickles, like dogs, woofers that don't sell in your shop.
I was wondering. I've never heard that term of have.
That's the first time I ever heard it, but
Barry the
Yeah,
5-day flipper calls it ass pickles. We just shorten it to pickles for polite company.
yeah, please. No way. We say A is a here.
A
A
A
is the,
A with Z's.
no S.
Okay, I
Thank
missed the accent.
Hello, Ricardo.
Hey,
Ricardo,
Adam. Hey, Kimmy.
what's
Hey,
up,
Rosie.
Ricardo?
Hello.
I was having problems with my laptop again.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
that's no good,
Yeah.
is it?
In the chat,
I'm using my phone again.
using your phone looks pretty good.
Pretty good.
Yeah, we got to get you. I don't know what we're gonna do with you. We're gonna get you at a minimum a used Logitech webcam and a computer
know.
issue.
Whatever.
Maybe we can work something out with Mr. Craig. We can work something out. We can get you a decent used laptop or something.
All right.
Well, the laptop is good. I think my internet is slow for some reason. I don't know.
Did you? I always get this screwed up. Is it speedtest.net? Anybody
Yeah.
know in the
I
chat?
have no idea what you're even talking about, but now I want to know.
You're uploading your download speeds for you.
Yeah, speedtest.net is good.
Right. And you pick out like a local, I don't know what they even call it, tower, and it pings that tower, and it sees how long it takes for your computer to send something to it, and how long it takes it for it to get back to you.
Interesting.
An upload and download speed. So if like I have Comcast, I won't go there, but anyway, they'll say like you have 10 megabytes upload and 50 down. I don't even know what the numbers are, but 50 download, and you can actually see it'll have like a meter. It'll go like this, and then it'll top out, and then it'll show you results, and it'll do the upload and download, and then I'll show you the results. You have to see if you're getting what you're paying for.
You should have seen me. I had my laptop, my iPad, my phone. I said, well, the first one that works. That's the first one I'm going to use. So.
There's a few people who popped in. I see Glenn Swamp Picker popped in. Hi, Glenn.
Server, thank you, Lisa. Server, yep.
And then Pat just popped in there. Pat D72. What up, Pat?
My main man,
Hello.
Eagles fan, Pat D's.
Junk Trainer joined us too. Hey, Junk.
Yeah,
how you doing?
Anissa. Nice to see you, Anissa, my stalker sister. I haven't stalked her in a while, but I might have to because every time she disappears, then I go to her one video. I don't know if she still has that up, and I start blasting it with comments.
We have Miss Kathleen, Miss this and that. Kathleen, are you the seller on MSP this week? Is that what did I hear correctly? I was half asleep when I was watching. Or I should say I was moderating. I shouldn't have said I was half asleep, but I think you're the seller on next week, this coming week, aren't you, on MSP auction? Pretty sure. You can let us know, Kathleen, if you can be the seller on MSP auction this Saturday. And we have Anissa. Anissa is a junk trader, or as some people call her, junk A trader. Yes, you are. Okay, cool.
Hello, John. Dad's been
John and Maggie
Hey,
Doodle.
John.
Maggie Doodle. I love saying her name.
Ricardo, you know what? Let me just a lot of people don't know who you are, and we're trying to help you build your YouTube channel and help you build your auctions. So I don't mean to put you on the spot, but if you can just give us like a 3-minute, tell us who you are, where you're from, how you got into reselling, and tell us about your storage auctions, what you do,
Sure.
and about your things that you're doing on your YouTube channel.
Okay. Well.
Let me highlight on you. I got to figure out how to do it.
Right.
Do that, and I always forget how to. There we go. I figured it out. Go ahead, my friend.
Okay. Well, my name is Ricardo, aka Storage Pirate / Ricardo. I live in Corpus Christi, Texas. I've been selling on eBay since '99. Been buying storage units for about 18 years now. I've been on. I sell on eBay. I sell on Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, the flea markets. I'm trying to think the other one. Etsy, and that's about it. And I've been on YouTube since, I don't know, for a long time, and I've been this is my the 5th time going live.
I keep typing in my. I'm sorry, Ricardo.
No, that's okay.
I'll go
That's
through. For some reason, it's well, you know, when you do it, when you have the layout of the chat with StreamYards, it doesn't always scroll down. I typed it, I didn't see it, and I typed it again, so it did go in twice. Yes, he is, Tiny. He's a fellow Texan.
Yep.
Now you said
yeah.
you were saying you're near South Padre Island. Is that what you're saying?
For me?
Yeah, you said.
Yeah. I live in Corpus Christi. It's kind of like 10 minutes away from the beach.
Nice.
Yeah. And then
so the storm's coming through, right?
Yeah, so I practically see the water almost every day.
Wow.
Great. That's great.
Yeah, I got used to it already.
You got used to it.
Yeah, looking at the water, at the beach and stuff, So yeah, you get used to it.
What you want? Did he get used to the water, or are they from Texas? At least he's not a Cowboy fan, Craig.
Yeah. So I'm trying to now what I'm trying to do now is I'm trying to sell my items on auction. So I just started doing that. So it might take a while to get the customer base, but I'm willing to wait.
Yeah, like I told you before, Rome wasn't built in a day, and we'll get you there. We'll get you there. We got to make sure we get you a decent camera, especially with if you're doing an auction, people have to be able to see the product, because I've purchased things. It's like I thought they were larger than what they were. So now, like the last thing, like if it's jewelry or something, I say, can you hold up a ruler or something so I can, or hold it up to your ear or something so I can get an idea of the size of it. Like I noticed, I was watching the replay of your tag with Gianna. You were saying, okay, this is 10 by 12, this is 10 by 24, whatever, which is good. You tell people the sizes of things you're trying to auction.
Yeah, but the camera, it's kind of hard to show the items because it's kind of fuzzy and I can't zoom in.
Exactly. That's why we got to get you a better camera. Yep.
That's the hard part.
Yeah.
And
and again, I can't tell people how to spend their money, but like I said, a new one is like $50 on sale. So I mean,
yeah, I know. So
I mean, I tell people I probably invested close to $500 on my YouTube business. Now, again, I can't tell people how to spend their money. And I actually have two really neat adoptable tripods, and I was involved on a Kickstarter campaign, and they're supposed to come in September. They're called Switch Pods.
Oh, really?
So when I get those, I'll show you guys. They're really neat. They're kind of like pistol grip, like how like you have like your fingers kind of like grip around them. Almost like there's things you squeeze to build up your strength in your hand. You kind of grab it, and then you can go like this with your tripod. Well, they can't see me because I got you highlighted. They can't even see what I'm doing. but anyway,
I have these to hold the phone. These are phone stands right here. Look, see that?
Right.
You put your phone here and then you put it on your stand. Pretty cool.
Okay, let me go to, let's see what we do here. This. There we go. That's better. Yeah. So anyway, so what I was saying was it has like the hand grips, and then it has like a tripod, and you go like this. It's not balanced. Like I have a gimbal that's actually balanced by battery, so it stabilizes the thing. But you can hold it, and you can just kind of like release it, and then it'll make it a tripod. So I actually got two of those because that was part of the deal if you signed up for the Kickstarter.
Oh, that's not bad.
I'm going to show you guys that. So, anyway, Michelle, since we have Ricardo introduce himself, why don't you introduce yourself? Just give us like a 2-minute introduction, because everyone knows who Kimmy is, and most people know who I am because it's my channel. And Crystal's been on my show before, and Kimmy's been on my show before. So, Michelle, why don't you introduce yourself?
I'm Michelle. I'm from Chester, Virginia. I see Dad's Vintage Garage in the chat. He's also nearby in Chesterfield County. I've been reselling for about 3 years, full time. What else you want to know?
Well, how did you get involved in reselling? Do you do it full time, part time? Your family situation? You don't have to give me details, but
okay. My wallet says part time, but my effort says full time.
Okay. Yeah. Well, yeah. Okay. So you're doing it full time.
Yeah, but I was just working a call center jobs that I absolutely hated, and one day I decided not to go back. And I had been selling on eBay. I think I sold one thing in like 10 years ago and never thought about eBay again. And I was watching a video. Somebody mentioned that they sold online. It was completely random that I clicked on it. I'm like, oh, you can do that? Because they mentioned Amazon, and I didn't
Right.
know you could sell on Amazon at the time. So that kind of started me going in. I had some, life struggles, and I needed to sell things quick, and that was a way to make quick money.
Sure.
And then I just kept going.
Okay. Now, are you married or do you have children?
No, I'm single, no kids.
Single, no kids. Okay, cool. And again, guys, if you ever need a phone a friend for a game show, you want Michelle.
I wish I was as smart as Adam thinks I am. I
You
wish I could
always get
rack
the
up.
trivia questions, right? That's all I know, Michelle. You're always the first one. Bang, Michelle knows the answer. I'm thinking to myself, I'm not going to answer because Michelle knows the answer. All right. So let's discuss some. Oh, let me bring a couple things. Again, I'm trying to get my ratings up, so I'll share with you guys. And again, guys, I mean, I don't know how to do like some people do the dollar store, like Shane does the Dollar General or the Dollar Trees, and he gets the deals and but
Penny sales?
well, no, I never find things at penny sales, but I mean, you could people buy things at like Dollar Tree and they resell it online for like 8, 10, 12 times the value.
Yeah.
When you guys want to go buy like a calendar, like I mean, everybody looks at their phones now for the appointments and whatnot. Everybody puts their phones, but I like to have like just a calendar in my kitchen, and if it's something really important, I'll write it in the little box or whatever. You know how they get like $12, $13 for like this calendar? It's like probably cost you 50 cents to make that calendar. So anyway, I was in Dollar Tree buying something for my business or to send to somebody. I forget why I was there, but this is what I got. Let me highlight on myself. Isn't that cute?
Aw,
I got a little bit of glare from my light box, but
very cute.
That's cute.
$1. I'm getting glare from my light box, but it was only $1.
Cute.
And this is 2020, 12 months.
Mhm.
And if you guys are Facebook friends, when you see I'm following this golden retriever, this woman has like over 1 million. I think she's over 1 million subscribers. But it's basically her hanging out with her golden retriever, and the funny thing is the dog's name is Tucker, and that was the dog's name is Tucker. Is that what are called? We had other we had our first like purebred golden retriever. His name was Tucker, and she has 2 goldens. One of the goldens is Tucker. So I thought that was kind of neat. So I mean, if you guys really neat channel.
There's another golden retriever channel, Oshi's World.
Okay.
You should check that one out. His parents are in the military,
Oh, cool.
so they have to deal with separation issues a lot. But it's a fun channel.
Well, I always thought, and I mentioned this several times on the channel, and my understanding it's pretty expensive to get dogs certified for. I guess, Crystal, you've gone through this through therapy dogs or for companion dogs, and for the what's the higher rating? I'm having a brain freeze here. It's companion
if you have an actual service animal that does a job for you, yeah. So if it's a service dog that's actually working, they can detect if you're going to have a seizure or if you're, diabetic and your levels are crashing, or like in my son's instance, it would be an autism dog. Like if he got lost or some type of anxiety, the dog would be calming for him. Then those dogs can range up between 30 and 50,000 for a dog.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Now for like I was thinking of like maybe getting like a like an adolescent, like a golden retriever or a Labrador. Now, are there organizations that will help pay for training? I mean, I don't want to get a service dog. I mean, because I don't think I can afford that no matter what. But say I want to get like a companion dog that I want to like bring out to like say assisted livings facilities. Will they help with the training for that?
Would you know? No, not typically. I mean, there are some places that do assist or will pay a portion, like different charities and things like that, but they won't pay the entire amount. And then there's huge waiting lists. So it could be years before you would get a dog.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if I purchased, say I adopted a dog that was from a rescue, that was a golden retriever or whatever, and I wanted to take this dog, but I would train him obviously in obedience, because that drives me nuts when I see dogs that aren't obedient. I mean, to me, dogs are companions. I mean, again, I probably should stay away from this, but they're my friends. They're like family. I know they're like fur babies, but I want the dogs to, when I walk them, I want them to, to walk properly. And I want them, if I say sit, I want them to sit. I want them to stay. I don't want them to be in danger. I want them to sit and stay. But if I wanted to take them to a facility like that, I would have to make sure he or she was well behaved and got along well with people.
Yeah, there are services and places out there that will help you train your dog, but they do cost money. So we have a dog, my son's dog, and we want him to be a service animal. So it would be cheaper for us to self-train, but we would still have to take him to the facility and have him trained and everything. But it would be like half the price than if we got a dog from the place. So it'd still be
it's still like $15,000.
Yeah.
Wow.
What about training as a companion dog or a therapy dog?
That's what I was thinking, a companion dog. Yeah.
Yeah. Then you just have to look around at different places and see what the cost is. Sometimes they charge you per week. Because every animal is different. So it could take them a year before they finish their training. It could take them 2 years before they're finished their training. So they'll charge you per week as opposed to like a one course.
Okay.
And it could be like $40, $50 a week, and you just go once a week until they're done with their training.
Okay, so it could be anywhere between $2,000 to $5,000 probably then if you do it.
Yeah, it'd still be thousands. It would still be thousands. And then if you picked up a dog from a shelter, it's not guaranteed that dog is even a fit as a therapy animal.
That's true. So
yeah, you would have to take them to their first training and make sure that they're even a fit before they can go through like the whole schooling process. So it's a long process.
Tracy says they have Paws for a Cause in Michigan.
Pause for cause.
Yeah. Always makes you say it takes human discipline to train your dog to your needs too. It takes time to mesh with each other no matter what their training background is. That's true. Yeah. That's true, Michelle. Yeah. But everyone has different opinions. I mean, some people like their dogs to sleep in their beds and get up on their couches, and especially like dogs that have like shed a lot. Like, I mean, like if you have a German Shepherd or something, they shed like crazy. I mean, you got dog hair everywhere. And if you're in the reselling business, you gotta be careful when you have animals that shed like that.
Yeah, I try to keep the animals out of certain areas. I don't let my animals sleep in the bed, but they are free to roam. I'm surprised Violet's not even in here. She seems to always want to get attention when she hears people talking about dogs. Crystal loves corn dogs.
Corn dog shed?
Yeah, I don't even know where
corn dog shed a lot.
Yeah, Violet really she's a good dog. Her name is really Violet Rose, but she was a unicorn a few Halloweens ago, and
all that picture.
Call her corn forever. Like I'll call her cream corn or corn dog or whatever I could think of. Yeah. Corn.
I know her name is Violet, but I love calling her corn dog.
I mean, that's what everybody calls her, corn dog. I don't even know. Yeah. Craig's can of corn.
That's a baseball analogy there, Mr. Craig. Can of corn. You ladies don't even, you know what? All right, I'll ask you guys. I shouldn't say that because you guys. I bet you. Crystal was an athlete in high school, weren't you, Crystal?
I was.
You were. Do you know what a can of corn is? Did you play softball?
No.
Okay, so you don't know what a can of corn is. Kimmy, you know what a can of corn is?
No.
Not the can of corn, but what the analogy is. How about you, Ricardo?
Fill me in here.
Ricardo, do you know what that is?
No.
I bet you Craig knows what it is, or Pat knows what it is. Pat, what's a can of corn relationship to baseball?
Can of corn.
You learn on this channel, so you make sure you watch every week. No, it's actually when I don't have a baseball glove, but
Well, I
if you
played
have a
Little League. That's
baseball
it.
glove- I'm sorry.
I played Little League. That's it. I didn't play any high school.
Yeah,
baseball.
I basically played Little League, but I mean, I watched a lot of baseball growing up.
Yeah.
Can of corn is basically when the ball comes and it's coming into your glove, and this is your glove here, and the ball is like halfway sticking out of the webbing.
Oh, okay.
That's a can of corn. So like you caught it, but it's like you almost didn't catch it. It's
Barely yeah.
above the glove, the webbing. That's a can of corn.
Can of corn. I've never heard that before, but I didn't play softball.
Well, yeah, I think some people do call it an easy fly ball, but I call it a can of corn. I think it can work both ways. I looked that up, but can of corn, yeah, typically it could be an easy fly ball. Also, I think that's the other analogy they use. Ice cream cone, yeah, maybe it's more of a cone, ice cream cone, than a can of corn. But yeah, I mean, there's all these weird analogies. So what happened? We lost Kimmy?
No, I'm here. I was getting the corn dog. I think it was Tanya that said that she has a.
She does. Tanya has chihuahuas. Let me highlight on you, Kimmy.
I'm going to show you all my corn dog.
I always forget how to
Right
do
here,
that.
all fixed. Get your hat, your mo hat.
Well, hold on.
Oh,
How do I? There it is.
Yeah,
Okay.
there you go.
All right.
Here's my coin.
I love her hair.
Coin, look right here. And
Bye, Pat.
smile pretty for the camera.
You bring in
Oh
a can
my
of corn dog, and Pat's gonna go.
he
See you, Pat.
this is
She's the cutest thing. I love her.
Hi, Violet. She's not even looking at me. Hi, Violet.
he's like, so what's going on here?
Who's this crazy man saying hello to me? Hi, Violet.
She's all looking around.
Corn dog.
For you is what she's doing.
Like the
She's-
mohawk.
Okay. Where's that sound coming from? There you go.
Cute.
Look at Angie. But she put a little, put an ear of corn in a heart. Angie.
Greg
All
says,
right, that was fun, but let's get back to a little bit of reselling talk.
right, we got on this whole.
We got off topic here, which is fine. This is more like an
The
informative
dogs of reselling.
The dogs are reselling. We should make a calendar.
We should make a calendar. That would be
Dog,
awesome.
we could have Tiny's dog, we could have Kimmy's dog.
Adam came up.
Yeah, my dogs are around here somewhere. My dog just got a haircut. Let's see. Come here.
Oh, you got your dog?
Her dog is very cute.
Yeah, I remember dog's cute.
This one. That's
Oh,
Winston.
I got a haircut.
Uh,
Hello,
Yeah,
Winston. I love his mommy. His mommy kittens.
Hit me in the nose. And then the other one, I don't know where he's at. He's
Hey,
under my desk somewhere. Can't see him. The other one is my son's dog.
Is he handy?
Come here. He doesn't want to come out. He's way under there. I can't get away.
Probably cool under there wherever he's hiding.
Yeah, he's sleeping. He loves to hide under there.
Okay. Okay. Ricardo, do you have any pets?
No, no pets, but I have a tip that I use on eBay. When you have a lot of one item, and that item sells, put a lot of if you have 30, put 30. But if you have it's a slow item, I don't put the whole 30. I put 3 at a time. That way, people think you only have 3, but really you got more than 3. When you sell the 3, you put more another 3. Because what happens is they think that those 30 that are real slow sales, they're still going to be there. You're never going to sell them.
That's a good point. Good point.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Kind of like when I was in sales for a lot of years. It's kind of like the you lose close. Like you want to call to action. It's like if they see 30, he's got plenty. I can buy one tomorrow or the next day or next month or whatever. But if you end up shooting 3 and it says there's only 3 left or 2 left, and people might be prompted to buy that. That's a good tip.
Like on eBay, it'll say last one, and then I've bought items before on last one, and then the next day it'll have 6 more items.
6 more show up.
Yeah, but it wasn't the last one.
Worth that. That's good marketing.
You know what I mean? So that's one tip.
Cool.
No, that's
Kimmy or Crystal, you have any tips?
Well, now I have to ponder it. I gave all my tips out in the beginning of the episode.
Oh, geez. You must have one in your back pocket somewhere.
Stuck on the whole dog thing, you know?
You want to get corn dog on this show.
I got, here's a tip, actually. Paying attention to kind of the latest trends, like, for example, staying ahead of the game. I mean, if you're into selling toys or anything like that, my kids are a perfect example to figure out what's popular. And also, I actually will, like, for example, when I go to the movie theater, my daughter thinks I'm such a dork, but I bring a piece of paper and a pen, and I write down all of the movies that are coming out for the next year after that, or all the previews, so that I can be ahead of that, because you already know that whatever it is, for example, Dora the Explorer is coming out if it hasn't already, and anything from the past of Dora is going to be really popular. Every little kid is going to want it, but also, like in the stores, if you do retail arbitrage, or even you get stuff, toys and stuff like that, or Dora stuff, for example, you want to make sure that you're either your first or your last in that kind of sense, because everybody is going to be posting those types of things. So if it comes to selling trends, you need to basically be the first person out to put that listing out there, or you need to sit on it and wait and then post it. So pay attention to the trends, I think, is a good tip, and to be ahead of it rather than
like I said, look what all the kids are clamoring, the commercials on TV, what they're all clamoring for. What's the toy of the season?
The two things that will never ever go out of style of people wanting to buy for is their kids and their pets. They will spend all kinds of money to make their kids happy and their pets happy. I have bought a lot of newer items, or new items, like Ross. I like to go to Ross, but then you find those, all kinds of things that you could use for your animals, whether it's
right. I look for the animal things at Ross.
Like gadgets and gizmos kind of thing, or toys, or the latest and greatest. And people spend money on their animals. They will, and their kids, for real.
Yeah.
What does it say? Kimmy's pro tip should be staying so sweet and positive. That's to help the business.
That's so sweet.
All right.
I like Craig. Ricky Bobby's school is selling. It's true though about the if you're not first, you need to be last. So
what is that? Kimmy, DePage Picker. What's his first name?
Greg. That's Greg.
Greg said he did well with the Godzilla movie.
Yeah, see, there you go. There's all kinds of things that we're right into the season again of. There's going to be a bunch of movies that are going to be coming out around Christmas time, for the breaks, or even Halloween.
There's a new Spider-Man coming out?
If you're going to be listing stuff for Halloween, you need to be doing that like now, yesterday.
Like yesterday. Yeah.
Like yesterday. So it's a perfect time, and then, again, it will kind of shift, and then you can find all the clearance stuff and save that up. I like to have a little container so that it's not so overwhelming. Because I have kind of an issue with space here. It's not that I don't see a million things that I couldn't sell. I have to choose what I'm going to stash. And so for holidays, I will pick up, the stuff that goes on clearance and just wait, but I'll only have a container or two. Like I have 3 containers of Christmas stuff and a couple of Halloween, but I don't go beyond that because I just have that storage.
Oh, yeah, storage issue, right. Well, that's the other thing that when I had Casey on from the eBay Open, they were talking about the, I don't know, I forgot, I get the terminology wrong, not fulfilled by eBay, but managed by eBay, or whatever their new program's going to be, where it's like FBA. Because he said people have storage issues. I told him, I said, Casey, I don't think I would ever get involved in that. He goes, well, because Adam, because I review dozens of stores every week, and a lot of people have storage issues, whether they live in an apartment, or they live in a condo, or they don't have the storage. So that's things that you could buy and you could ship it into eBay, and they could fulfill it for you. So
yeah, you can.
Okay, Lisa sees the Downton Abbey movie is coming.
Adam, switch the screens. As much as I don't mind seeing my face, I'm sure people want to see the other people too.
We'll go to the other.
Yeah, there we go.
Las Vegas resident.
He stuck it on me now.
Oh yeah, well, you don't think I'm gonna stick it on Ricardo or me, do you? Nothing personal, Ricardo.
Now, I think my tip would probably be to not put all your eggs in one basket. That's definitely the most important thing that I've learned as a reseller, is to have multiple streams of income. So not just everything into eBay, because at any time eBay can just say, we're closing your account, or you've done something wrong, so we're going to halt your sales for a while, or PayPal can shut you down temporarily, and then you have zero income.
True,
so you kind of need to,
or like you said, yeah.
Well, yeah, you need to spread it out.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
What was that?
That's why I tell people, because again, I told you, I told Kimmy, I tell other people. I think it's popping in my head when I think about it. I got to say them right away, because I'm about 20 years old.
Okay.
But that's why I tell people when they were doing all these auctions and they were doing friends and family to pay. I said, guys, don't do that, because if they suspend your PayPal for abusing the privilege because you're trying to beat the 3% or commission, you're going to lose your PayPal privileges. Then what are you going to do? And they know your ISP. It's not like an email address. It's based on your ISP. Like you said, I mean, I probably shouldn't bring this up, Chris, but we discussed it on my show before with the Amazon thing. They know your ISP, so you got suspended, right?
Yeah, I got suspended and indefinitely. I mean, right. I don't think they're ever going to reinstate my account. It's been 8 or 9 years now, I think, and I have been trying to fix the issue.
Right?
But Amazon, they won't do it.
So like you said, that's why you should have multiple platforms, multiple streams of income.
Yeah, and Amazon in the beginning was my only source of income, and I was making a full-time income, doing really well.
You said you had some like things that were there replenishables. I forget what you mentioned on your show before, right? You had something that you were like doing really well.
No, I never mentioned. I don't think what I was selling on there, but
okay, I'm getting confused with someone else. But okay.
Yeah, I was doing really well, and they shut me down. But it was because of my drop shipper. I should have done more research and just learned a lot more about who I was drop shipping with, and I could have saved all of that, but that's okay. So now I'm just on Poshmark and eBay, but I can't get back on Amazon. So.
That's tough.
Hello, Tracy. Thanks for joining us. What was Greg saying, Kimmy?
I'm sorry, what's that?
Greg was saying something. He said, thanks for sharing. I didn't see what he posted.
Oh, Greg, yeah, about a particular YouTube channel. Let's see, what did he say? It was Toy Galaxy is a good YouTube channel for toys.
Okay.
So I think that's cool, because that's one of the things that I do sell a lot of toys. Kids' toys.
Toy Galaxy.
What else you got, Ricardo? You got anything else for us? Any other pro tips?
Yeah, when we had the eclipse, I had a whole box full of those welding lenses.
Right.
I was selling those for $2 a piece on eBay. So my tip is watch for I'm thinking not disasters, but what I was doing is I was selling the lenses for $25 a piece, so people could see the eclipse.
And you paid $2 a piece for them?
$2 a piece.
Nice.
Oh wow!
And I make like $500 in about 2 days.
Good.
Okay, I'm gonna give you mine's more of like a I screwed up kind of tip.
Uh-oh.
It wasn't a big screw up, but I know I was showing you guys before when I've done it, and I should probably bring it up on another show when I do a screen share, how you can try to source things by finding things that are mislisted on eBay. Somebody spelled something wrong. It's an auction or something. So maybe they started it out at $1 or 99 cents or whatever, and it got up to like $5, and maybe this thing could be worth $50, $60, $70, but they made a spelling mistake. I made a spelling mistake. I had bought these visors, which I still don't understand why they're not selling. But anyway, Under Armour is ARMOUR. I had it listed as AMOUR. I forgot the first R.
Oh.
Granted, I haven't sold them since I corrected that. But again, and we had talked earlier in the show, Kimmy and I had talked about going in and editing your listings and checking things and modifying things to feed the eBay algorithm beast, Cassini. But check periodically, check your listings to see if there's any spelling mistakes. Maybe change your titles around, change your description around. Obviously, check your pricing, check your competitors' pricing. So again, that's a basic tip. But again, I had forgotten about it. When I was really geared up on eBay, I would continuously go in and check things. But now with the good till cancels, I kind of got away from that because every time something would be time to relist it, I would check the title, check the pricing, make sure there's no spelling mistakes. But now with the good till cancels, things get automatically relisted, and I'm not physically going in and checking that. So that's my tip. So I'm guilty. Yes,
I have one more tip.
Sure.
VHS tapes. The pre-recorded tapes people throw away. Make sure you look at what's on the tape, because last month I sold a Selena VHS tape for $1,000 less.
Yeah, why don't you tell the story? You mentioned it in your chat, or I replayed the video I was watching. What's the whole genesis behind that? Tell us the story.
Okay, the tape was it was Capitol Records recording, and it was a promo tape. So I had it listed for $6,000 for like 6 months, and then $6,000 for a VHS tape. Oof. And then a guy he emailed me and asked me would I take $1,000 for a tape. I mean, $1,000 for a VHS tape, it's like a lot of money, really. So I took the $1,000. And so the main thing is, look at the rear tapes. Some people look at the cartoon tapes, but always look at the rear tapes. It might be worth money.
I'm actually typing this in the chat, but guys, you should watch Pusa Studios. They're super great people. They support YouTubers. They try to help you increase your subscribers. Just a great couple, and then they're super nice people. And aren't they nice people, Kimberly?
Yeah,
they're taking the time to come out on a little pittance show like mine.
Well, they say such nice things, and give great tips on how to improve your YouTube channel.
Yeah, great people.
Yeah, they are.
So yeah, guys. So again, we were talking about I forget whose show we were on. It might have been Joy's, I think, last night. Joy, if you're still in the chat, we were talking about how to grow your YouTube channel, and somebody had mentioned their channel and another channel that does that. Super nice people. That's Pusa Studios. Let me see if I can. Yes, I can't. Kimmy, can you? I guess do you have your chat open? Can you share their link? Because I can't do it with the StreamYard. You said you have YouTube up, or is that on your phone?
Yeah, I can.
Michelle could possibly do it. Michelle, you want to do it?
Yeah,
Michelle's in the chat.
Oh, there you go. You're still. I don't know if you realize you're still on Ricardo.
I know. I got busy talking. Porter's a handsome man, Kimmy. Come on.
He is. That's all right. I'd rather have myself not on the camera, but
don't be that way.
Yeah, Pusa Studios is awesome. You guys are awesome.
Thanks, Michelle.
You're welcome.
Yeah, so that's Pusa Studios. Great people. So, guys, if you should definitely subscribe to their channel, and they'll do anything they can do to try to help you grow your channel. I mean, if you're like 900 and some people,
they prefer you to be as close to 1,000
right.
To start giving you to help you, get closer to that. But they do say really nice things about everybody, and they take the time to say hi, to a lot of people when they first start their stream, which I think is really cool because I try to do that too. Say hello to everybody.
Plus, I'm sorry. No, and then guys, again, I apologize. I try to, and that's why a lot of times if I have a guest, because I'll get wrapped up in trying to, concentrate on doing a good show, and I inadvertently forget to mention people on my chat. So that's why I'm always happy when I have a co-host or a guest on my show, and I'll say, could you look through the chat because in case I missed anybody, and I'll have people that say like, oh, by the way, let me stop you for a minute, Adam. Let me say hello to a few people, and I really appreciate that because. Kimberly and I have discussed that it always makes you feel so welcome when the person that's doing the show greets you, and it's a special thing. It's if I don't greet you guys, it's just inadvertent. I'm trying to concentrate. I have ADD, and I'm trying to concentrate on doing a good show, and sometimes I'll forget to mention somebody in the chat. So again, I appreciate each and every one of you.
It's a little harder as the host sometimes, and you do.
And it's harder with StreamYard, I think, too. Like we discussed about the chat, you get like 5 or 6 things on your chat, and it, for me to multitask and go back, I mean, I have my pop-up open down the bottom, but so. Are there any tips? What's Michelle saying? Just a reminder about simple export shipping. What is that? Michelle,
I guess I can share the screen, right? I can do that, right?
Well, you say you don't have a camera, right?
Yeah, that's right. I'm sorry.
That was a great idea.
If you go to pirateship.com, I put the link in the chat.
Okay.
It'll tell you about the simple export shipping, the simple
Right.
export rate. If you scroll down to the bottom right, there's a chat button you can click on, and you just have to ask for it to be added to your account. And on that page at the bottom, it shows you the rates that you can get. One for Canada, anything under half a pound is $7.95 flat rate. The rest of the world is $9.95. You can go up to 4 pounds. Anything under in Canada, 4 pounds would be $23.95, and
Let
the
me
rest of the
interrupt you
world
for 1 second, Michelle.
Okay.
How could she share a screen if she doesn't have a camera? How's she gonna? Are you on your computer?
Yeah.
All right, so they're saying you can. Craig
can
and Pat are telling me you can share your screen.
Okay.
So why don't you try doing that? Let me.
I was thinking.
Can I even highlight on you? I guess I can, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be a good test.
Okay, let's try it. Let's see. Thanks, guys. I wasn't aware she could do that. Let's see if she can do it.
Screen.
Click screen share. Craig said. I wasn't aware you could do that. Thanks, Pat and Craig. The things we learn.
How's it looking?
I just see your icon. I just see a little white circle with the little gray and white guy here.
Okay, I got it. Share here.
And there's like a 25 or 30-second delay too.
How's that?
I don't see anything.
I don't see anything.
No, Pat is saying, Adam, that you have to.
Okay, I have to prove it. Okay. How do I?
I'm sharing. I don't know.
Remove from stream solo layout. I have it on solo layout.
It says I'm sharing.
Share screen. If I share screen, it's my share screen. Huh. All right. How do I share it? Don't highlight her. Okay. All right. I won't highlight her. And what I have to do is she wants to share her screen. What do I have to do, Craig? Her screen share is in the green room. I know it. I have Michelle in the green room. All right, let me try it.
Oh.
No. Oh, there it is.
Oh, now we can.
No.
Yeah.
All right.
I see your screen now.
Okay. Cool.
Oh, there we go.
Oh yeah, now I see it.
Thanks, guys. Live and learn. Appreciate the tips, Craig and Pat.
All right. So Pirate Ship, it has a chart at the bottom that gives you the rates. makes it a lot simpler to decide whether or not you're going to ship internationally without the GPS program. And they also have a download you can get that'll show you the countries that will give you tracking. So you can click off any country that you don't want to deal with. But it makes it a lot simpler. But just click this chat button. Someone will come up and just say, I want to add this to my account. It'll be done in a minute.
I didn't know either, Michelle. That's why I love having people on it, especially people that don't like Michelle. Doesn't normally come on shows, and she's like I said, she's wealth of knowledge. So that's something I wasn't aware of.
Well,
Now,
I got that from I got that from Garage Flips, so I can't take
from
credit
Lonnie.
for it.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Now, do you use?
Yeah, it really does. It really does save you a ton of money to use that. You do have to ask for it to be added to your account, but they just put it on for you.
Okay, and can you type in the chat again what that's called, Michelle?
Yeah, it's called Simple Export Rate.
Simple export rate,
Yeah.
and that is for international shipping.
Yes.
Now, do you use the again? I get confused, and Donatell is the expert on this. Do you use the box in the bag shipping for the cubic shipping?
Yeah, but that's separate from this.
It is separate, I know, but I mean
Yeah.
that's something that again talk about shoes. I know when I had Jason Deason on my show before, and he was talking about shipping shoes. It's like a third of the cost sometimes to ship shoes. You can ship shoes for like $8 as opposed to like $24.
Most shoes are gonna be under 3 pounds.
Right.
You could use a USPS shipping shoe box. Usually it's gonna come underweight and it's gonna usually be under $8.
That's with pirate ship,
Yeah, when you use
not
that
with
box in the bag.
USPS. Right.
Yeah,
So
when you
you
use the
just
box in the
ship it
bag
in the
method.
box, or do you have to put the box in the bag?
Sometimes you don't even have to use the bag, but if the region is a zone 2 or 3 away from you, um, it might help.
Okay.
But you can just
So
check it.
if it's a
It's really
distance, if it's
quick.
2 or 3 zones away, you want to use. You just compare it, I guess.
Yeah, if like I'm in Virginia, if I get something from California, it may make a difference. Dimension is key. That's the thing that's caught driving cost now. You can
That
combat
messes me
that.
up. Yeah.
Yeah, you can combat that with the cubic rate because you have to measure the bag before you put the item in it. But usually anything that doesn't have a side longer than 18 inches will usually qualify. You'll know when you type it in, but it basically uses that flat dimension so you don't have that, extra dimension to count in the when you're
Right. And
shipping the
it's
item.
cubic, right? You have to do length, width, and height, right?
Not for this. You have to have a bag that will fit the item, but you have
Okay.
to measure it before you put the item in it. So if you have an item that will fit into an 18-inch by 10-inch bag,
Right.
it it'll be fine. You may have to cut down a box to fit that to accommodate that dimension, but it'll qualify for cubic rate and you'll get that lesser rate.
Okay.
Usually anything under 3 pounds, I think 4 is the max, but anything under 3 pounds and a side no longer than 18 inches usually qualifies.
That's what she's talking about, Val. She's talking about using pirate ship. Now, who was it? Kathleen was asking, do you do a lot of international sales?
No, not a lot.
But you've used it, and like to what kind of countries have you shipped to?
I usually do all of Europe. If I'm gonna skip anything, it'll probably be Asia. Um, but I would Japan I would do, but not Korea or I don't really have that a lot of problems with Thailand, but it's an issue with tracking. If it's something that I can easily, if someone says they don't get it and I can easily refund it, I'll take the chance. Otherwise, I'll stick to like Australia, Europe, Mexico. They have tracking available, so it's not that big a deal.
Now, does that tell you what countries have tracking available when you sign up for that service?
Yeah, on that screen, I just turn off the screen.
That's all
But
right. That's all
on the
right.
screen, it gives you a download at the bottom.
Okay.
It'll give you the specific countries that offer the I think it's called DECA program that
Wow.
offers tracking. So
That's
you can click on exactly the countries that you want that offer tracking, so you
all right,
feel
Michelle.
safe.
We gotta get you a camera that's working so you can come on and discuss that with us.
Okay.
That's a great tip. I mean, I had heard of it, but I wasn't familiar at all with it. I mean, I had no idea what it was or how it
Yeah.
worked.
Hey Adam, I
Yes.
can't see the chat. I can't see the chat on my phone, but I can see it on my iPad.
Okay.
So
Right.
I mean,
Is there something you wanted to discuss in the
no,
chat?
no. I just couldn't see it. So
Okay. Cool.
if people are wondering how come I don't answer the chat because I couldn't see it.
Oh, okay. I wasn't aware. Okay.
Yeah, I couldn't see it.
Ricardo gives his apologies. He has the chat pulled up now. So if you have a question for Ricardo,
Yeah, I'm
my
sorry.
bad. Ricardo, I tell you, I get like blind. What's the focus? Like I would say laser.
Yeah,
laser.
Yeah,
focus.
me too. I get like that too.
I don't see sometimes, but I apologize. But I'm just trying to concentrate on the show, and and sometimes I miss the chat. Was there anybody in the chat? I mean, Craig. I mean, you guys gave me some great tips on. I wasn't aware that if you didn't have a camera, you could do a screen share. That's a great tip for me to learn about StreamYard. Craig wants to know if Pusa Studios on Instagram. Okay, cool. Oh, thanks, Myra. Appreciate you subscribing. Yeah, this is not my typical show. It's just that the short version is we had some issues with some of our guests, some personal issues. They couldn't appear, and my friend Kimmy, who's always welcome, and she's more than helpful all the time whenever I need her help. If she's available, she's there for me. I invited Ricardo, and Crystal is a great person too, and very knowledgeable, and she's good people. So I was glad to have her on the show. So yeah, typically I just do like one person. I do an interview with that one person to bring their knowledge, but I figure we'll have like a little panel discussion and discuss various reselling tips. And we got kind of sidetracked and talking about pets and animals,
Hey, there's more to us than just reselling.
exactly. And I think
Not
Crystal's
much
going
more.
to do what would you call it, Crystal? The pets of the resellers, pets or pets of YouTube, or
Reseller pets.
we got to come up with a catchy title.
What did I say? Dogs of reselling or
Dogs
something.
are reselling. That's it.
We should do a calendar. That would be so fun.
I'm all for that. And if you're still in the chat, Deb, you can put your bird in the pets are reselling.
Pets. Not everyone has a dog.
We just don't want to be dogs. Sometimes people have a cat or a bird or something, right?
Yeah. Or a pig. I don't know. A goat.
Iguana.
Chickens. Misha had
I'm not a big snake fan, but I got calendar. What's that?
chickens.
Chickens.
Yeah, Misha has chickens.
Well, Darlene B has goats. I don't see in her chat, but she can put a goat in it. Chicken. Misha has chickens.
Yes, she does. One of them is named Stan Lee. I think it's awesome.
Right, Dan Lee. Right. Well, guys, we're pushing an hour and a half, and I don't want to keep you guys any longer than I have to. I really appreciate everybody joining me today. You guys in the chat, again, Kimberly, Crystal, Ricardo. I'll make sure I put all their links in the description below, guys. If you're not subscribed, please do so. And again, like I say, it's hard work on YouTube, and we're all trying to grow our channels, and I feel like we all have valuable information to bring to the viewers. So if you would, obviously like my video, subscribe if you're not subscribed, comment. Even comments help. If somebody comments on the video, it helps with the YouTube algorithm, and sharing. That's something you guys can do. I was going to do a screen share, which we're running late, so I'll do it on another show. But I'm sure 90% of you are aware of how you share a video. You just go down below the screen of the video, and it'll say share, and then basically you can just highlight or copy to your clipboard the web address of that particular video, and you can share it like in your Facebook, your Twitter, whatever you want. So that would help us all. So I don't want to keep you guys much longer. So just want to thank everybody for being here. And again, guys, Haven't asked yet, but we're going to do a game show wheel with shout outs tonight. Oh, cool. Yeah, guys. So if you aren't subscribed again, I know, Michelle, if you want to post the link again for Pusa Studios, I would appreciate it. So again, guys, if you want to subscribe to my panel members, please do so. And again, I had mentioned earlier in the show, if you were joining me late, I have a lot of great interviews on my channel with various resellers. In fact, prior to doing the show, I was watching Shane Rising Ryan Picker. I always pick up at least a half a dozen things that I may have missed when I was doing the show. Some great tips. I mean, I have Casey the Rockstar Flipper. I have jewelry sellers. I have Kimberly and Crystal have been on my show. Some great information. So even if you're doing eBay or Amazon or Poshmark, you can still play it and just you don't have to look at the screen. Just listen to the sound. It helps me with the view time, and hopefully you guys will pick up some tips from the various resellers I have on the channel. Mm-hmm. So again, guys, thanks again for joining us, and we shall see you next time.
Later. Bye-bye.